All right, Movember day 13. So I'm going live, by the way, for the first time on my laptop. I invested in a much better camera a few months ago. It's a 2K camera, so it should be pretty high quality. Yeah, should be a little bit, higher quality than on my phone, because the phone is recording at around like 720p or 1080p, and I've also got my mic, so I'm just gonna double check, make sure that I'm pretty sure it's my good mic that's connected. Yeah, I think we're okay. So yeah, the main challenge for today is I'm on 540 sit-ups so far for this month for Movember. I'm a little bit behind because I was sick for like at least 9 days. But thankfully I'm feeling like back to 100% now. So I'm going to speed up the challenge a little bit because I basically need to take that week off for recovery. And I'm going to do a little bit more. So I'm going to do 120 sit-ups today. I'm going to go from 540 to 660. And I think I'm at like 360 push-ups so far. So I'm going to do a little bit more on the push-ups a few days as well, just to speed it up. So yeah, I'm going to get started with the sit-ups. Just checking in with my mental health score for today. So I would say I've probably been at like a 6.5 today, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, that's 10 sit-ups so far. All right, so 20 sit-ups done so far. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty beat up today, but it's all good. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 mental health score today. So any day basically that I score below a 7, essentially, those are the days that it's like really important to really focus on some type of self-care. Doesn't really matter what it is, but it needs to be something that is going to help, like, bring your mental health score up, bring your stress levels down. So for me today, I went out for a walk for like an hour earlier, and I also had a nap for not even that long. It was literally like, I think I was asleep for only about 10 minutes, but still give me a little bit of a recharge. And yeah, I think it's just really important to find kind of what works for you in terms of bringing up your mental health score. I know, like, for me, it's just like essential to get out for a walk every day for at least like 45 minutes to an hour. I need to do some type of training every day, whether that's walk for an hour, go to the gym, do workout at home, do a Movember challenge like I'm doing today, do a jiu-jitsu session, whatever. But I need to do something every day, and I know that's like has really helped my mental health over the last few years. And I think it's like a lot of those basic things are overlooked, and that's the interesting thing. It's like you don't need to do anything like crazy. It's just I find being consistent with doing those things, something active every day, really keeps my score much better. Or if I'm having a rough day, I can just get through the day a little bit easier after doing those things. keep the form on the sit-ups as strict as possible. So sit-ups are much easier with your legs like out here, and they're harder with your legs in close. So I'm trying to do as many sit-ups as I can with good form. All right, 40 push-ups or sit-ups done so far. My brain is definitely not functioning at 100%. It's like 20 past 8. So I've had a pretty productive day. Got a nice long sleep. Thankfully, I was supposed to have a couple of sessions this morning with 2 ladies I work with, like 7:45 and 8:15. But thankfully, they were happy enough to reschedule to this evening. I felt like really bad headache yesterday, so got like a long sleep. So I was able to sleep in, thankfully, to like 9:30 this morning, which is amazing. And then ends up having a really productive day, thankfully. Worked between like basically like 9:30 up until just finished at like 7:45. But I always find like if I have a really good sleep, my productivity like goes through the roof. I'll have like a super productive day. Whereas if I have a night where I only get like 5 or 6 hours sleep, my ability to like focus and be productive is just like nowhere near as good as it usually is. Because in the past I've done lots of research on like, you know, if you've ever watched that film Limitless with Bradley Cooper, where he's taken, I can't even remember the name of the drug, whatever they called it in the film, but there was such a craze around then of people talking about like different focus and study drugs like modafinil or different things like alpha GPC and different supplements like that. And honestly, the best supplement, the best thing I've found for productivity is just getting lots of sleep. And if I'm like, let's say, working from 6:30 to 12, like 6:30 a.m., I'll usually hit like a bit of a mental wall around like 12:30 or 1. A lot of the time, I'll just have a nap for like 30 minutes, an hour if I have time. And then once I get back up from the nap, my concentration and focus will literally just go through the roof. So honestly, if you're looking for shortcuts to have better productivity, focus, concentration, just getting more sleep or having a quick nap is the best thing you can do. And maybe even coffee or something after it. But yeah, lots of sleep is honestly so underrated for productivity and focus. All right. Pretty sure that's like 60. All right, so 3 sets of 20 done so far. 3 more to go. But yeah, pretty much everybody that I work with, I really just focus on the 5 pillars of holistic health in order of importance. Sleep, number 1. Food, number 2. Strength and fitness, number 3. Stress management, number 4. And then self-care, number 5. Because they're all tied in together. And when you improve your sleep, that means you improve your recovery. You'll have more energy, have less cravings, have more productivity, more focus. You'll be able to push yourself harder in training. If you sleep better and you have more energy, then it's so much easier to manage any stress that you do have. It's like the best type of self-care. Like everything really like, combines and is interconnected with each other. I really feel like that's one of the big things missing, especially in the personal training, fitness industry. It's like there's just so much focus on like one area. Someone will just be like focused on like food or just be focused on training, which is important to do for sure. But most people are really missing all the other parts around stress management and self-care and just combining everything together in a sustainable approach. All right, that's 10, so 70. $75. All right, 80. 80 sit-ups so far. All right, if you're watching a long live or even the replay, I want you to comment below. Let me know, what's your mental health score for today? Give me a rating on a scale out of 10. 10 would be really good. Obviously 1 would be not so good. But it's really important just to be honest with the score. If you're below a 7 out of 10, then really important to choose some type of self-care that you can do. And a lot of people think self-care is just really nice things like massage, bath, candles, but a lot of self-care is also the hard things to do. Go to bed early, get lots of sleep, push yourself to go to the gym, do a home workout, challenge yourself to something. That's the most important type of self-care, the stuff that you might be avoiding. Usually the things that we're avoiding the most are the things that we need to focus on. Like for years, I wouldn't say it's for years, I'd say it's more like for many months, I avoided going to therapy the first time around. Like the first time I went to therapy, it was like December 2018, and I'd been really like struggling with my mental health that whole year. And I've been putting it off for months, and my girlfriend had literally said it to me like several times. I was like, yeah, I'll go. And I was just like putting it off for so long until I went and did it. Okay, that's 90 sit-ups. 100 sit-ups so far. Nice. Not feeling too bad, thankfully. It's funny, like sometimes I could like feel a bit tired or fatigued before a session, and then as soon as I get into the session for like 10 minutes, there's like, I go into the session with no expectations of myself, and I could end up like hitting a personal best. And then there's other times where I've gone in like wanting to hit a personal best and didn't. So it really showed me like over the years how like, it's kind of like reverse psychology. If you go into a session just not really expecting too much, like just not putting pressure on yourself, you'd be surprised how good of a session you could have. And I mean, that might not work for everybody, but I find, just some days I'll go into the gym and I'll end up having a really, really good session just because I'm not putting any pressure on myself. And there's no like specific goal that I have to hit. Like I have a training plan going into every session pretty much. But yeah, it's just like an interesting thing that I noticed. Like I remember a few years ago, I was really working on deadlifts, and I was doing like snatch grip deadlifts. So that's where you have like a really wide grip. And my goal was, I was trying to get up to like 200 or 210 for a double. But I just went into the session being like, I'm just going to see whatever happens today, you know, like, and if I feel strong, great. If I don't, no big deal. And like I was gradually going up the weights. I didn't feel amazing or anything at the start, and then did like the bar for 5, 60 for 3, 100 for 2. Was feeling pretty good. 140 for 2, and I was like, oh, these are actually feeling pretty good. 160 for 1, 180 for 1, 200. Then I think I ended up at like 205 for 5 on the snatch grip deadlifts, and ended up becoming like an all-time PB. And I just got into the session being like, if I do well, I do well. If I don't, no worries. But it's that kind of mindset that I found has worked like really well over the years. Whereas if I go in with being like, oh, I have to hit 205 for a double today, and if I don't, then that's really bad. If I go into a session with that kind of mindset, I'm basically like losing from the start. So that's been a big learning curve over the years of like going into a session with the right mindset can make a massive difference. And of course, having a good sleep the night before. That's 110. All right, 120. Sorry, I've been live streaming now for almost 20 minutes. 120, I'm happy enough with that. So that'll bring me up to 660 sit-ups. So I've got 900 was the goal for the month. So that'll give me 240 left, which is, it's gonna be easy enough. it's going to be more of the push-ups that are going to be more of a challenge. I kind of like, my elbow's a bit sore after jiu-jitsu yesterday. Escaping an arm bar. I was like in this kind of position where my arm was almost hyperextended and then pulled it out. So I didn't get caught in the armbar, thankfully. But yeah, I felt like my elbows like needed to pop all yesterday evening, and then earlier I straightened it out, and then it popped, and I got a bit of a release. So thankfully, it's like not feeling too bad now. It's not sore as much as it was, which is nice. So hopefully I'll be okay for push-ups tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see. That is Movember challenge done for today. If you'd like to support, the fundraiser link is in the comments below. Honestly, any kind of donation helps because it's for such a good cause, for the Movember Foundation, raising money for men's mental health, suicide prevention, testicular cancer, prostate cancer awareness, and lots of other really important programs. So yeah, thanks for joining in. Hope you have a great day, and hopefully see you tomorrow for a few push-ups.